So today I'm mostly going to be talking about school-wide and how important it is now more than ever to get your school on board using ClassTag. I assume 100% of you did not know that you were going to be taken out of your classroom and having to work remotely, educating your students and keeping those relationships strong. But when you're doing it school-wide, it can be even easier to network and work with your admin team, specialist teachers, and anyone that you still need to collaborate outside the classroom. We are going to talk about our current school-wide features, some features that are going to be available very soon, as well as the benefits of using school-wide. Then I'm going to kick it on over to Emma, who's going to talk about her experience using ClassTag, also specifically remote learning in her ClassTag, how she talked to her principal about using ClassTag school-wide. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about how you can get involved and some tips that I have for you. So our current school-wide features that we have available for school leaders, the school-wide messaging. This is a great feature for school leadership to message their whole staff. Additionally, I'm going to talk a little bit more about school-wide announcements and how will feed into the school page, how school leaders can oversee and manage all of their classroom grades, teachers connected to ClassTag. Some features that will be coming soon are school-wide events. And I bet a lot of you have a big smile on your face because you're like, yay, school-wide events, I'm so excited. Now, from a school-wide level, school leadership will be able to put a date attached to events. So all of you know where your event button is on ClassTag from a classroom level. It will look very similar on a school-wide level. And now all of those events from a school-wide level will feed on the school page, similar to announcements, but it will also feed into the classroom, which brings me to the next feature that's coming very soon, is the calendar view. So you'll be able to view a month-by-month overview of all the events happening in your classroom, and when you click on the event, it will expand the details. So try to imagine school-wide events being pushed out from leadership and then going into your classroom, but also feeding into that calendar view. And the last thing that will be coming very soon is the school-wide directory. So with the school-wide directory, ClassTag leadership will be able to add all classrooms, parents, and students. They'll be able to message parents directly from the school page, reach out to teachers and staff, able to search and filter. This is a great feature for school leaders who really want to have additional abilities other than just overseeing and managing classrooms and grades. So school-wide messaging was the first feature I told you available to school leaders. If you click the blue bubble at the top, if any of you've noticed that blue bubble is a little darker now. Once you have all your teachers and staff connected, school leadership can go in and select all of their teachers and staff to message. They can, again, similar to your classroom, be able to select just their leadership or leadership and teachers. They will be able to attach files, photos, and videos as well. School-wide announcements. When you create an announcement, in addition to adding the date and time in your message, we now have the ability, a lot of you have probably seen this, we're in the process of communicating this out, but you can now attach Google Drive documents or folders into your announcement. So when you select school-wide announcement, that's enabling the school-wide announcement to go to the school page. Below, if you're wondering what this means, if you keep it unchecked, it means that any parent who receives an email as their way of receiving the announcement, really they're able to reply to an email. Parents will not be able to comment on school-wide announcements, but for email users, they still have the ability. So if you kept it checked, it just means whoever sent the announcement from school-wide level will receive all of those replies to their school inbox. So once you post the announcement, here's a school-wide announcement, and you're able to see the details. You can click, parents can download it if it's an important file. You can see how many people have viewed. It will only give you a total number. That's important to note, which is different than a classroom, how many people had viewed your ClassTag directory. So it has moved. It's now on the tab that's blue. It says directory. Now more than ever, it's important to get your whole school using ClassTag. When you think about what you're dealing with now during these times, you want less work. And Emma said this great. You want to work smarter, not harder. When you connect your whole entire school, there are so many features that are now unlocked that you can use to collaborate with co-teachers, with your school leadership, special teachers, assistant teachers, whoever's working in your school. And I'm going to go into detail on how you can do this. Your school directory page is going to be your hub for managing all the teachers connected to the school page, a connected ClassTag leadership, but also where you're going to invite teachers who want to be a part of your school page and have their own classroom on ClassTag. As a teacher, it's important to know that you can invite teachers to join from the school page. It's not just ClassTag leadership. ClassTag leadership can only add ClassTag leadership. But teachers have the ability to add teachers to the school page. If you see here under your school page, it'll say invite to join. You also can add an existing classroom using ClassTag. So say that you have a colleague using ClassTag, but they're not connected to the school page. And that happens quite frequently. All you would do is invite them to the classroom, put in the email they're using for ClassTag, and it will add them right to the school page. If you have a new teacher joining who isn't using ClassTag, you can create a classroom for them and assign the classroom to them. This is the best way to manage your school directory. If you happen to share ClassTag by clicking the purple bubble at the top, they can join ClassTag, but then they're going to need to be connected to the school. So if you're thinking, okay, well, Danielle, what's the benefits for having my school leadership connected? Well, if your school leadership's connected, now they can oversee and manage all the grades in classrooms. Connecting with teachers, staff, and parents in one place. Again, it's using this one platform, finding ways that you can use one platform rather than using 3, 4, 5 platforms that you're currently using. How can you use that in ClassTag so that it's less work for you? ClassTag leadership can send out school-wide announcements. It gives parents another secure place to find all of those important documents, because if it's in an announcement, it's going to show under the school page. When school leadership is connected, it means you can use that group messaging feature, school-wide messaging, where everyone can get connected. School leadership can send out important time-sensitive items to you in that message instead of having to result to going to send you an email. For teachers and staff, the most important feature it unlocks when you have everyone connected is, and Emma's going to go into more detail about this, but you can add up to, I think, like 12 teachers to your classroom. And you would add them as a co-teacher. You go to your directory. I'll show you this in a second. But you would go to your directory page. You would add as a co-teacher. And now it unlocks all those features in your class for the teacher. So now they can send out announcements and create events. Say that you have the gym teacher attached as a co-teacher. If the gym teacher just recorded a Zoom video, whatever virtual recording program you're using, he or she can just upload it right to your class instead of having to directly message you and say, can you upload this to your class? This is the PE session for the day. So add as many co-teachers, assistant teachers. You can even add class parents. When I used ClassTag as a teacher, I had a class parent. I added them as a co-teacher. So anything that came down from the PTA went directly to my class parent. So my class parent went in and added all those announcements and events for me. So it was less work for me. And again, that school-wide messaging feature, when teachers and staff are connected to your classroom, when you're connecting with parents, the teacher who's connected to your classroom as a co-teacher has their own message box. So now they can directly reach out to that parent if they have a one-off question or need to handle a situation without having to go to you. And if you're wondering where that co-teacher feature is, you're going to go to the directory page. You would go to the top over here, and you would just add the teacher's email. If you're thinking, well, okay, do I use the same ClassTag email that the teacher that has a classroom? Should I use that same email? Yes. So always use the same email connected to any teacher's ClassTag account. That's what connects and keeps everything together. Once you add them as a co-teacher, they're going to see all of their classrooms they're connected to on the sidebar. Before I kick it over to Emma, we got to think about our parents. What's in it for them? Being able to be connected school-wide. Again, it goes back to the school leadership can reach out to parents on ClassTag. Currently, they have to go through the classroom, click the direct message button in that classroom, find the parent to message, which still does not take a lot of time, but it alleviates the time you having to be the middle. Once all the co-teachers are connected, just like I talked about with teachers and staff, now parents are able to receive notifications and updates from all the special teachers, anyone connected to the school. And for them, it's all in one place. Previous videos and sessions I had with Sam last week, we talked about all the remote learning teacher tasks that you can use in ClassTag. I will link those out to you, but like taking attendance, again, it's all in one place for families. So that's just one example of ways that you'll be able to connect and keep everything streamlined into our one platform.
Emma, can you tell us a little bit about, where you live and what you teach? We would love to know.
Yeah, so I am broadcasting live from Boston right now. I teach at a charter school in Boston. I teach kindergarten, so I'm really excited to talk today about how I use ClassTag during the school year, but especially now that we can't be at school, how it's really helped me with remote learning. So I introduced a couple of the other kindergarten teachers at my school to ClassTag, and we've all been using it up to this point as a way to communicate with our families twice to 3 times a week. But now through this school closure, it's really become a lifeline for us, and we're posting 2 to 3 times per day. And that's really how we're getting our content out to our families and really just making the homeschooling process easier for our families. So we're doing a morning post, which Danielle has asked me to show you, and then an afternoon post that just kind of has shout outs and glows that we've seen throughout the day from our students. And I will show you what the morning post looks like right now. We are posting every morning with kind of a list of each of the day's core components and a video that will serve as the lesson for that day. So right now we're starting with like a morning assembly from our assistant principal, and then you have a math video from me. And what's really awesome that ClassTag actually just added the ability to embed these videos into your post. So it used to just show up as a link, but now the video is right there, which I think makes it a lot easier for families to not have to be transferring between platforms. So this is basically what it looks like. We even added in an art video from our art teacher today. And then at the bottom, we're also linking to where our kids are doing their online assignments, which is a platform called Freckle. So then you can see, like, here's my shout out post. And the awesome thing is that I can see how many families have viewed this post and completed their assignments, and go back and follow up with those families who maybe didn't get to do that today. I'm connected with the other kindergarten teachers from my school, and they are like co-teachers on this account, and I'm co-teachers on their account. So I'm able to see what they're posting, and they're able to see what I'm posting, and we're able to take best practices from each other and kind of steal ideas in a way that really benefits our students. And I think that the great thing is that you can schedule these posts. So I didn't actually post this at 7 in the morning. I set it to post last night so that it would post at 7 a.m., which was really great.
It's so creative, Emma, what you did. I really like how you put all of your videos in one post, so it allows parents to just have one central post to look at each day. And I like how you put all the pictures of them working throughout the day. I bet that your students get really excited to see just their peers and what they did for the day.
We have a feature coming where we're going to have a little bit of ability to mess around with what your post looks like. So you might be able to do bold or italics or change up the font color. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully it'll make a difference on how you post things.
Emma, I wanted to ask you, can you talk a little bit about, so you were using ClassTag, you started using ClassTag this school year. How did you get your assistant principal on board, who ended up reaching out to me?
When I found ClassTag, I just asked her if we could use that. We had used different platforms in the past, and I explained to her the benefits that I saw with ClassTag. I think like the 2 biggest things were that there was no character limit, and that families could choose the language that they wanted their posts to be in. So that this automatic translation feature that you guys have, which is awesome. And then initially, she said, go for it. You can use it, of course. And then the other teachers I had talked to about it used it. But then now with the school closure, and she's also a co-teacher on my class, she can see how effective it is. And she can see that it's really working, and my kids are really bought in, and my families are really bought in. So then now that she's seen that effectiveness firsthand, she asked everyone from her team to join ClassTag too. So I think it was just really all the awesome features that you guys have got everyone bought in.
That's great. And so I'll tell you how I met Emma was last Monday. So I connected with her assistant principal, Teresa, and I was like, well, I can offer you virtual PD with your teachers and staff. We'll just connect them. We'll join a Zoom hangout. And I provided a professional development session for all of our teachers. And our support team, ClassTag support, actually added all of the additional classrooms that need to be connected. They also added the parents and the students, which brings me to my next point, that if you're like, I would love for ClassTag to be school-wide. It's something that I use every day, and I feel like more teachers can benefit, and you need a helping hand. Reach out to me. Hopefully this experience that Emma went through, signing on her school, knowing that the ClassTag team is there to support you, we will get your whole school signed up within 48 hours. All you have to do is provide us the information. I have no problem reaching out to your administrative staff if you need help getting signed on, whatever you need. It's a great tool now that virtual learning is a thing and may happen for the rest of the school year. And it helps you set up for your next school year, knowing that you've already used one platform, and it's going to be easier for the years to come. So if you're curious and you want to know some best practices, next steps that you can take, I'm going to show you how you can get there.
And I'll just add, Danielle, I think that was really helpful for the other teachers from my school, which transferring platforms was giving them a lot of anxiety, and you're stepping in and just getting all of their families signed up definitely alleviated a lot of that stress.
So important to have a quick, seamless way to get connected, because not only are we trying to connect our teachers and our staff, but we also have to quickly educate our parents. They're getting thrown with so many different websites, platforms that they need to sign on and get used to. So if we can help in any way to become the ClassTag champion, which we say at ClassTag, I love that phrase, for your whole school, here are some great tips to get you started. We have the Educators Lounge available with great resources and tips. A lot of you I know are a part of that Facebook group. Anything you need from there, just let them know. You can connect me with them. A lot of you may want to become a ClassTag advisor. We will be sending out applications for this position, which means that you are one of our ambassadors. You promote our brand, you live, you breathe, you love ClassTag, and you want to bring it to your school and educate and help other people learn about ClassTag. And then I think something that has always helped, and I know all of you are probably getting so much better at recording videos, I think it'd be great for you to record a video explaining why you love ClassTag. Share it to your teachers. Give them a reason to believe why they should switch over. So that may be a helpful way. And you can also lead a PD session with your school. If you want me to jump on to that call or you feel comfortable leading it, that's a great way to educate all of your teachers and staff using ClassTag. So again, my email is danielle@classtag.com, and I will help you set up and help you with whatever you need. The ClassTag team is committed to setting up your whole school. That means classrooms, your parents, inviting them, uploading the spreadsheet of all their contact information, their students. Just let us know. We will reach out within 48 hours. If you're wondering the process, we have a Google form as well as a Google Sheet, depending on how you want to send that information to us. Our team will take that information and they will add it to your school. They will connect you to school, whatever you need. And if you're looking for some remote resources that ClassTag has created, again, like I mentioned, you can go to our ClassTag Educators Lounge, and you can also go to our Help Center. You can just Google ClassTag Help Center, or it's help.classtag.com. And there you will find resources you will need to get started. Additionally, you will find all remote learning resources. We also have a hotline, if you didn't know. It's 914-200-3569. And as you all know, support at classtag.com.